For as far back as I can remember, I always knew that I wanted to be dancing on somebody's stage somewhere in the world. But I knew that I didn't want to be broke or struggling while I was doing it. I knew I wanted to make the calls, make the shots, and make a big impact with my craft, with my dance. But what I didn't know was what that looked like. It got real for me the third day in college as a freshman, a dance major. I was sewing my ballet shoe and had a freak accident. I was sitting on the top bunk, so it was my bed, and then underneath that was my dresser or the desk. And so after I finished sewing my ballet shoe, I jumped down to the floor, and lo and behold, I jumped right onto the top of the needle, and it broke off inside of my foot. I didn't know that it slipped out of my hand. So, of course, I went to numerous doctors and got several different opinions, medical opinions, and ended up facing the threat of having my foot amputated. Now, as a dance major, especially, that just wasn't very welcoming, of course. It wasn't a good look at all. And at that moment, I knew that there were some things that I needed to change and to put in place. Now, thank God that we didn't have to go that route. I was told that I would never walk again, and of course never dance again, but that was not the truth, because that's what I'm doing today. So I started that following semester a business on my dorm room floor, and it has grown to be the nation's leading creative arts and staffing firm. Now, at the time, I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew I needed to do something, and I knew that I needed to use my craft in more than just one way. So as I began to grow the business, I was able to hire and work with hundreds of artists from all backgrounds, hundreds of creatives. And I soon found out that they too had that same mission and drive that I did, which was to do more with their craft. They wanted to impact more lives, not just more lives, but they wanted to impact their bank accounts. And I had some experience doing that. So I made many mistakes, and later on began to invest in myself and invest in my business by surrounding myself with mentors who knew more than I needed, more than I did, and would help me in that area. So later on, I created this Smart Artists Institute, and my mission from that day forward has been to serve and to help and to train as many creatives who would listen, as many who wanted to make a difference in their lives with their craft, as well as their bank accounts as well. And that's what I'm here to do today, to share this with you. Hi, I am Sway Buckley, professional dancer, CEO, and your artpreneur coach. Listen, I created this 3-part video series for you as a creative, as an artist, to share with you 3 of the most common mistakes and pitfalls that most artpreneurs face. And I wish if I just had one person to tell me some of these things when I was getting started, there are so many pitfalls that I would have avoided. So I want to share this with you. And be sure to share it with your other friends or creatives who definitely are in that same direction as well. Now, this is not for the artist or the creative who looks at their craft just as a hobby or just something to do on the side. I'm speaking to the person who wants to use their gift in a bigger way, make a bigger impact. I mean, make a huge impact on this world and on this generation using your craft. And there's so many ways to do that. And we'll get into that a little bit more in the next couple of videos. But first and foremost, I want to make sure that you have a pen and a paper. Write this down. We're going to start off with number 3, and then work our way up the next video to number 2, and then of course the last one to number 1. But number 3, the mistake that many artpreneurs make when building their brand and building their business. It's quite simple, but it's very common. And that is their outlook, their personal perspective, not just on themselves, but on their business, on their craft. Looking at your craft as a business is paramount. You have to know that you are valuable and what you bring to the table is valuable. You have to also know that you train people how to treat you in business. And it's not their job to treat you according to what you think in your head, but it really comes down to how you value yourselves. Like, we are where we are today. You are where you are because of the value system that you place on your life. Like, that changes everything about you. I mean, the type of relationships that you involve yourself in. Your value system also changes how you view yourself. It changes your your conversation, your talk. It changes the types of things that you say and the type of people that you surround yourself with. It really shapes your world. But you have to know first and foremost that you are valuable and you are a business. So I'm going to give you a very short assignment that will lead into our next video, because I want you to really get this, and they're not just words. I want you to start to implement it. So you may not have even started your business from your craft yet, or you may have all these ideas floating around in your head and you're not even sure where to get started, and that's totally fine, because trust me, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Whatever it is that you see yourself doing, or the different ideas that you have that you want to do with your craft, I want you to write down 3 things that you answer a problem to, because as a business owner, you are really a problem solver. You have to know that you are answering someone's problem. And you may think, okay, like, well, what does that look like? I don't know what that means. Think about it. Like, everything that you invest in on a daily basis, whatever it may be, whether it be with your cell phone or even the clothes that you wear, what you decide, what shoes that you buy, you know, fashion, love it. So think about, what problem is that merchandise solving? And as simple as it may seem, you can apply that same principle to what it is that you desire to do, or what it is that you're already doing. Because this is really going to solidify how you view yourself, how you view your values. So whatever ideas that you have on what you want to do, or whatever it is that you may already be doing, write down 3 areas that you will be answering that problem, whatever that issue is. Because then that's going to change how you think about yourself and how you talk about yourself, how you present your business. It changes everything. Trust me on that. So go ahead, write it down. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Okay, I'm not going to wait for you right now. But the next video, I want to go deeper into the next part of how you can start to monetize what it is that you do. Okay, so remember to tag a friend, share this post, help people out. I'm helping, sharing what I've learned over the years, but I want you to share this with other people you think that can really take this information and apply it to their lives as well. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.